Greetings, fellow YouTubers. This is Hunt IonX, and welcome to the top 10 Legend Scale Transformers. So, I like smaller Transformers a lot. I own an entire drawer full of them on the other side of my house. So, yeah. So, I wanted to do this. So, same rules apply as the last one. No third party, and no Optimus Primus, because I collect him alongside other Transformers, and if I included them, that'd just be cheating. So, yeah. So these are our honorable mentions, as obvious, as I always do these. So we have the Warpath mold. Now, it's supposed to be Megatron, and then there's this Warpath version. I don't think it suits either one of them. I think it should have just been its own, like, kind of made-up character based off of Minicon or whatever. But I still really like the mold, so it's on the honorable mentions. Prime Bumblebee, movie Ironhide. We have the Reveal the Shield Starscream. This is a reissue one that's kind of wacky. It's not great, but I still like the mold. Exilion from the Cybertron line, and then of course Battle Trap. You know, the combined one from the Legends figures. My God, is that figure great? He would be my number one if the fact that he wasn't two figures in order to get one guy, so it's kind of feels a bit cheaty to try to include him on the list. So he's on the honorable mentions. But yeah, so there you guys have it. Let's move on to the full list. Number 10. Why else would I start this list with? We have Bumblebee, the first Legends class figure, you can honestly say. Not like the definer of the scale that would be like the Spy Changers, but he was one of the first ones. This is not this particular figure, but this mold was the first kind of Legends figure we ever got. And yeah, it's a really good one. It's nice, fun transformation. Really embodies the G1 mini bots, kind of what their vibe was. It's got decent articulation, up and down arms, the legs, some feet. You can move the feet. And the sports disc, really cool deco. This dark, rich yellow, I think, is really nice. And yeah, so there you go. Not much to say other than he's got a gold transformation, rolls really well. Great Legends figure. It's going to be kind of what most of this list is going to be. At number 9, we bring on the bad guys with Megatron from Transformers Universe. This is the Generation 2 version of Megatron, obviously, and it is fantastic. Sporting that dense, classic 6 universe styled plastic, rocking some really sweet articulation with knee bend, ball joint hinge arms, and a swivel at the head. Something we still don't really see with Legends figures to this day a lot of the time. At least not like this size Legends. When it gets to bigger ones like Core Class, then it shifts around a little bit. But yeah, like this guy just rocks. Tank mode is sweet. It's just such a nice Megatron, and he's really clean, kibble-wise, cluttered up back there. It's so nice. So at number 9, we have G2 Megatron. At number 8, we have Cybertron Starscream. This thing's great. Like this kind of a lot of the list is going to be like this, but like he's just so fun. Like, he's a fun transformation. Like, he's got a ball joint at the arms. Transformation's really simple but fun. He's got fold-away weapons. His Cyber Planet key gimmick essentially still works. Rocking some decent articulation. He could use some elbows, but like the fact that the head turns, despite how small and recessed it is. Ball joints at the legs, his feet. He's just so cool. Such a great figure, and it just embodies this version of Starscream so well. Yep, there's not much more to say other than this thing is great. Oh, and he also has that dense Cybertron plastic, so he feels good. At number 7, we have Combiner Wars Shockwave. This guy is great. Turns into the gun mode. He's got, all the articulation you want. Thigh swivels. Dedicated thigh swivels. They're not like ball joints. And like, he just rocks such range. Like, he's got the ball joint at the arm plus this for transformation. Ball joint at the head. All kinds of movement. He's got that animation look with the solid yellow eye and nothing else. It's just rocks. Such great, like, stature and silhouette. This figure is just so great. And the fact that, again, you can make him hold to binary wars or like regular robot like hand ports. It's just great. It's just such a fun little figure. And it's Shockwave. It would be illogical for me to not put him on the list. At number 6, we have Transformers The Last Knight, Legion class, Megatron. This thing is awesome. For being from The Last Knight, of all things, this thing is amazing. This thing is probably one of the coolest Legion Legend scale robots ever. At least for Megatron, because this thing just is so nice. It's got such great posability, it's got a nice size, really pocket friendly. Transformation is clever, so clever for its tiny little size. And I mean tiny size. Like here's Legion Bumblebee. Like he towers over Megatron. That's not normal. But man, this guy is just so great, so fun, and yeah, it's definitely worth. This guy is such a fun little figure. We're in the top 5 now, with number 5 being Legends Class Cosmos. Just rocking such a great level of articulation, such a fun transformation despite the fact he turns into essentially a hockey puck. Just rocking that sweet IDW style. He's just such a fun figure. And it's Cosmos. It's Cosmos. What else is there to say? This is the greatest boy ever. It's Cosmos. At number 4, we have Transformers Prime Legion class Smokescreen. This one I've had as a kid. Like he's beat up. His fingers are snapped. You can see that his paint's coming off. And that's because he's great. I love him. I played with him all the time. It's just got such a fun transformation and such a nice style to him, such a nice silhouette. Having a slightly different styled version of the classic hood chest motif that we see with Transformers. He doesn't have the greatest articulation, mind you, just arms and ball joints at the legs, but he still rocks. But yeah, Smokescreen, just a fantastic little figure. At number 3, we have Transformers Prime Legion class Wheeljack. This is not the big ship one, obviously. This is just the regular one, but man, is this one great. I just noticed the Autobot symbol is scratched on mine. Oh well. But yeah, this guy is just so fun. Rocking some nice ball-jointed arms, ball-jointed legs and knees with some feet articulation. Just such a clever little transformation. It's so accurate. And this was before we had the old cheap white plastic thing, so he actually so he won't yellow on you, which is great. So, yeah. There you go. At number 3, it is Wheeljack. And he's off to Jack. At number 2, would it have been anyone else? We have Core Class Soundwave. He's great. If you own this, you know why he's great. And if you don't own it, then why don't you? This thing is awesome. Core Class Soundwave is just such a fun, interesting little figure. He's got such a nice masterpiece-like style to him. And he turns into the tape mode and it functions because he's got a chest you can pull open and has a tape inside of it. The weapons store away nicely. He's got great articulation. He's just such a fun figure, and it's kind of the reason I like this small scale. So it is indeed, as Soundwave says, he is superior. And at number 1, it is Transformers Prime Tailgate. This is the Cliff Jumper mold, which a lot of us claim to be the greatest Legends class Transformer ever. And it is, for a good reason. This thing is just so posable for its tiny little size. So rocking a great transformation, and it's just got such a nice, unspud to it. It's got such a nice visual style to it. And I personally like this tailgate color scheme a lot more than I like the Cliff Jumper's style. Because it's just that nice pure white and that metallic blue just really makes him pop. And again, rocks great articulation, such a fun transformation. and just a whole heap of personality just in the way he looks. Sure, it may not look like Tailgate how we want him to be, but this thing's still so rocks. And if anything, because of the Cliffjumper horns, you can claim him to be the son of Tailgated Cyclonus from Metunkty. And there you go. Problem solved. He now has a spot in your collection. So there you guys have it. That was my top 10 list of small-sized legend scale Transformers. This was a nice fun little list to do. I thought I would just bump it out real quick. And yeah. So, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your favorite legend scale Transformer in the comments down below. If you're interested in seeing what else I do, check out my social medias and other stuff in the description down below. And until next time, you guys, peace.